there's a question that someone raised around how do we encourage our children to be confident and independent, and at the same time reliable when it comes to timing and things like that? How do we get them to that stage?
Really, you just have to keep talking. Reliable, I mean, I don't know. I wish I could sit there and answer, but I can tell you what to do. I myself am working up. I mean, when our daughter is at home and the 13-year-old, I'm talking about, can you go and tidy your room, please? And I've done it, Dad, I've laid my bed. I said, no, your shoes in the corner. He said, Dad, I think you have OCD. I said, what does that mean? He said, no, I said, your shoes have to be in this, just trying to get them to, again, waking up on time. Again, one, you have to keep letting them know the motivation behind that, trying to drive home. As adults, these are some of the things that we're actually still struggling with, trying to be disciplined around that. So as children, one, I encourage that you show them, you demonstrate that, if they see the ethics, you get up early. If you see that, you clean the house, it would encourage them eventually. What you're saying, at least they would take it in. You're not more like an hypocrite that you're just saying. So you keep encouraging. Talking about confidence, again, it depends on your interaction. You have to create an atmosphere at home, which we are working on very well as well. Create an atmosphere where that they can ask questions. It's not a dominant atmosphere whereby they don't feel comfortable to ask questions or to express their views in a respectful manner. The fact that a child is confident or whatever does not mean they are rude in any way. How they communicate is very important. One other thing that we were talking about before we came on this is that African children, especially in the UK, what we don't understand is that they are having to assimilate two cultures, especially if they were born here. And I practicalize that, they're having to learn how to, when they see Uncle Joba, they will say, they will kneel down, good morning, Uncle Joba. Our 11-year-old, we have a Caucasian man at church, and one Pastor Steve, he went to Pastor Steve and knelt down. So come on, get up. They have to be able to understand at school so that they don't go and kneel down for their teacher at school. So they are having to move between those cultures, how they deal with other, and when they are within their African environment. So we need to empathize with that. Then we need to train them and let them know so that they don't tilt towards one too much and not be able to flow in the other. So that's very key. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just add that I made lots of mistakes. I have shouted, I have screamed, I have done everything, but I'm learning that we need to empathize and sympathize with our children, because we want them to do this thing. You should be able to do it now. But it takes time, because we have crossed over, we've done it. Let's just imagine, Mr. Joba, your 3-year-old trying to write. You probably have the best handwriting, and you're saying you need to do it. You just turn your hand like this. It's not easy. They probably need to learn. It takes time to develop it. It takes time. It takes talking. It takes support. You see, so we need to support. We need to be sympathetic and empathetic with our children. I'll give an example. I asked one of our children, come and help me in the kitchen. You need to cut this onion. She refused. I'm not cutting this. I said, I'll help you. This is how you do it. She went to get swimming goggles. She wore swimming goggles. She wore mask. I said, if that's how you're going to do it, yeah, we need to support them. They will make mistakes. She didn't do it right. She didn't do it. I wasn't happy. She wasted all my onions. She cut the whole stuff. I was boiling inside. I said, oh, well done, thank you. With all the gears. I still have the picture. But she tried. She was swimming Google. She said, oh, this thing is boil. I will never do this thing again. Whether they are coming from Nigeria or whether they are born here, they are still learning. We learned. Our parents taught us hard way. They will do all sort of to you. But here, we can't do that. We need to be patient.
Sort of laying of hands.
Laying of hands, laying on the back. So we too went through it. So we need to have at the back of our mind, I've been cutting onions for years. She's just doing it for the first time, for the second time. So we need to guide them through to become reliable. Also, my husband said, talk. We never stop talking. You must not get fed up of talking, because one day when they leave home, wherever they are, the words will come. Sometimes when we're not at home, we say, look after yourself. We come back, oh, mommy, I did this. Mommy, I did that. They will actually do it eventually. But when you're there, they might not show it, or we have too much expectation from them. But when we're not there, we just have to keep talking and pray that when they need all this information, it will kick in.
Have you experienced your child being kind of shy around you? Because what you said there about when you're not there, they tend to do things is what I've kind of observed with mine, in terms of like, she knows things. But we ask her, sitting with you, tell me, she won't want to say it. But if she's with, maybe in the children class in church, she's expressing herself. So that's I didn't think of asking that question, but in that instance, how do you encourage her? But because you know she knows it. Like, okay, days of the week, you know she knows it, she sings it. But when you see that, so if you're not there, she will just be singing it and be playing about with it. But when you're like, okay, let's be serious now, tell me, she will just like don't want to say it? Or how do you encourage them out of such ways?
The main factors to that, again, because you're giving a specific scenario. One, you know, you talk to her. It might be that not that you are not creating. Sometimes, you know, is your daughter or your son?
Daughter.
Yeah. Sometimes they have they look up to maybe their dads. They look up to them. They, you know, even at that very young age. They consciously or unconsciously, they have some sort of expectation for themselves. So it's like, I don't want to sing. I don't want that to hear me sing. I don't know how to sing, if you know what I mean. Whereas, you know, somewhere it doesn't mind to sing, whether they like it or not. But that is really important to her, that the standard is good. So one, make her comfortable that, okay, it's fine. Whatever you do, oh, you've got a good voice. You know, you just, I heard you're singing there, you know, or heard you did very well, and gradually she will be comfortable. I don't see that as a permanent thing. It's just something, you know, as long as you make her feel comfortable, whether she's, you know, the best of voice or not, then she will, and easily she can outgrow that, maybe as she grows on.
Yes.
So that's no display of, I mean, that's nothing to worry in my view. It's just that, you know, they might find it within our friends to, and that's natural. Within your friends, you might be able to express whether you are doing it very well or not, or the comfort of a group rather than us individually doing stuff. You know, she may take comfort in doing it within a group rather than
And another thing as well, let's not forget that these children have been wired with their own personality traits.
That's right.
They have their own personality traits. One may be shy, one may be outspoken. It doesn't mean that the one that is shy doesn't know what they're doing. And there is the gene factor. But all we can do as parents is we continue to praise them. Oh wow, that was good sing. Even when they're not noticing, maybe she's just singing away. Those Bruno, all this Bruno song that don't talk about Bruno. That's a nice singing. Even when it's not nice, we continue to pump encouragement, pump praise. Let them hear the positive comments, encouragement from home, even before outside. What they hear at home will then boost them to take it outside. And my husband said, they grow up and then they change. The one that is chatty might become quiet. The one that is quiet might become more vocal. So they've got a life ahead of them, and their personality might eventually change, shaped depending on the environment that they find themselves.